Hey everybody, it's Rebecca Crafting Journey back on Crafting and Crime Daily, the show where I recap live trials. Today we're going to listen to the verdict in the Mark Jensen case. I understand the jury has come to a verdict. Everybody just entered the courtroom. I was told it would be announced at 1:30, but I see that they are in the courtroom, so the judge has not turned on the microphone yet. I'm sure he will. As soon as he does, you'll be able to hear something. What you're seeing Mark Jensen wearing is like a hearing aid device. He's hard of hearing. So he wants to make sure he hears the word guilty correctly. Just kidding. I have no idea what the verdict's going to be. So, hi there, Rhonda. How are you, sweetie? Yes, we are waiting for a verdict in the case. I'm going to put myself inside the picture so you can get the largest picture possible. There we go. The judge has not turned on the microphone yet, so that's why you're not hearing anything. I was under the understanding that it would not be announced till 1:30, but they are all back in the courtroom. I think the jury is in the courtroom. So,
we're back on a record.
Hi, Dawn.
On Mark
Hi,
D.
Carolyn
Jensen,
Joy.
2002 CF314. Let's have the appearances one more time.
Good afternoon, Your Honor. The state of Wisconsin appears by Special Prosecutor Robert Jamboys, Deputy District Attorney Carly McNeil, and Public Service Special Prosecutor Beverly Jamboys.
Attorneys Bridget Krause, Jeremy Perry, and Mackenzie Renner appear on behalf of Mr. Mark Jensen, who appears in person. Good afternoon, Judge.
Good afternoon. The jury is in the courtroom, all 12 jurors who deliberated and the 4 alternate jurors who did not deliberate. The jurors that did deliberate have informed the bailiff that they have a verdict. I'll ask the 4-person who has the verdict. Is that correct? All right. I got a screen in front of me, so maybe I should stand. Do you have a verdict, sir? Can you give it to the bailiff? State of Wisconsin versus Mark D. Jensen, 2002 CF314 verdict. We, the jury, find the defendant, Mark D. Jensen, guilty of intentional homicide of the first degree as charged in the information. Dated this first day of February 2023, signed by the 4-person. Does the defense wish to have the jury polled?
Yes.
All right. They have numbers, so it'll be easier for me to poll the jury. Folks, I'm just going to ask you if this is your verdict, and I'll start with number 1. Juror number 1, is this your verdict?
Yes, it is, Your Honor.
Number 2, is this your verdict?
Yes, it is.
Juror number 3 is your verdict?
Yes, it is.
Juror number 4, is this your verdict?
Yes, it is.
Juror number 5, is this your verdict?
Yes, it is.
Juror number 6, is this your verdict?
Yes, it is.
I will go to the front. Juror number 7, is this your verdict?
Yes, it is.
Juror number 8, is this your verdict?
Yes, it is.
Juror number 9, is this your verdict?
Yes, it is.
Juror number 10, is this your verdict?
Yes, it is.
Juror number 11, is this your verdict?
Yes, it is.
Juror number 12, is this your verdict?
Yes, it is.
All right, the record reflect, I polled each individual juror. They all indicated this was their verdict. I'm going to excuse the jury for now. We'll talk a little bit of other housekeeping matters. Before you go, folks, all 16 of you, I don't know what to say. I might come in tomorrow and I might look to the right and I'll see you're not here. You have been wonderful. You showed up on time. We had short lunches. We had a lot of witnesses. We had a lot of exhibits. We had a lot of videos. You were patient with us when we had to do our legal arguments. I really want to thank you on behalf of all the judges in the county for your service. And hopefully it's an experience that you can remember in the future. The other thing I want to mention, you're free to talk to anybody that you want to about this case now. but you don't have to. The only caveat I will say, if you are going to talk to anybody, you might not want to say what other jurors said because they might want their conversation private. And the last thing I will say, it's my understanding on behalf of the media, they're going to have a press conference area if you wish to talk to them. So with that, we have to do some housekeeping matters. Thank you very much. Have a good rest of the day, okay? Thank you, folks. All right, the jury is outside of the courtroom. Is there a motion by the state?
Yes, Your Honor, the state requests that court enter judgment in accordance with the verdict, and further, the state requests the court revoke the defendant's bond and remand him to the custody of the sheriff.
All right, based upon the jury verdict, the defendant is found guilty of first-degree intentional homicide.
Judge, I do have a motion. I would ask the court to consider a judgment notwithstanding the verdict.
I understand your motion, but based upon the evidence that I heard of all the witnesses, the exhibits, I'm going to deny your motion right now. I think the jury has spoken and the court's going to honor it. Okay, for the record, then the court will enter judgment first-degree intentional homicide for Mark D. Jensen. The record in the should reflect he is found guilty of that crime. I'm going to revoke his bond and set the matter for sentencing. Based upon Marcy's law, I think we have to have a sentencing date, and I'm going to order a pre-sentence investigation. It's my understanding the time that the Department of Probation is requesting on pre-sentences for in-custody people is 60 days.
Your Honor, I would say this. The state would request that the court simply set sentencing for tomorrow afternoon.
I'm not going to do that.
Okay, well, that's the state's request. I don't see the
Not
need
gonna
for
do
a
that.
pre-sentence investigation report.
I've been here for 19 days.
So have I.
We have different responsibilities.
Sure, Judge.
So I'm going to order a pre-sentence, just like I do in any other jury conviction, set the matter for sentence. And if you're unavailable on the date, let me know.
What's the date you're going to set?
The clerk's going to give you the dates. Okay?
April 3rd, 2 p.m.
Long that entire week.
Okay. April 14th, 10 o'clock.
It's good for the state?
April 14th works for us, Your Honor.
The defense? Anything else from the state?
What time?
10 o'clock.
10 o'clock. Anything else from the state?
No, Your Honor.
Anything else from the defense? All right. Have everybody sit while the defendant is taken out.
Very interesting. My understanding is that he has been in custody since 2008, after the original verdict. He's been brought in, tied in handcuffs. So what they're talking about, thing. I agree with the verdict. What the defense did there right at the last minute, they asked for a judgment notwithstanding the verdict. The judge has the ability, if he feels the evidence is sufficient to warrant a not guilty verdict, he would award the defense a judgment of acquittal. But I'm sure that he believed that the evidence was sufficient. I felt the evidence was overwhelming. And you got to remember, these jurors, unless they did independent research, they did not know about this letter from the grave from Julie Jensen that she wrote to the police saying, if anything happens to me, your suspect should be my husband, and the voicemails that she left the police. So, they'll absolutely subtract the time that he's already served, but he's going to get a life sentence. Either way, I mean, he was serving a life sentence. He's getting a life sentence. So, yeah, he's not getting anything less than a life sentence here. They did not ask for the death penalty. They don't have the death penalty. This is the same state that tried, Darrell Brooks. And Darrell Brooks didn't get the death penalty either because he got a life sentence for every one of the victims that he killed and for all of the victims that he injured. So he ended up with, 60 something life sentences. But yeah, this state does not have the death penalty. So he's gone. That's why the prosecutor, so he does not work for the state anymore. The prosecutor was still prosecutor. He worked for the state in 2008 when he originally tried the case. He's now retired, and he probably doesn't even live in Minnesota. He probably lives in Florida somewhere, and he wanted to go back home. That's why he was asking for this to be done tomorrow afternoon, and the judge said no. So wherever he's living in retirement, he's going to have to come back for the sentencing. But the assistant district attorney that was with the prosecutor, the special prosecutor, she actually does work for the state. So he may not be available for the sentencing because he doesn't live in Minnesota. I mean, I'm just guessing he doesn't live there anymore, or maybe he doesn't live close to the courthouse because he's retired somewhere. But she could attend. He would not have to be present for that. Any questions? I've been watching the Alex Murdaugh trial. I have released a video for today, so make sure you take a look. Let me know what you think. Did he say I or did he say they? Let me know. I will see you guys tonight at 6:30 if you're around. Lisa, absolutely get in touch with me later. I want to know what Doc has to say. Love you all, and I will see you soon. Bye, everybody.
You speak the microphone. State your name and spell your last name.